Hi everyone, I'm Ken from Crypto Trading KS. Let's run the numbers. Bitcoin down 2.55% to 61,478. Ethereum 4524 down 1.85%. My goal is to assist you to be more of a financial blessing to yourself and those you love, and also gain real wealth in the process. I've hidden knowledge gems throughout this video. Unless you watch to the end, you'll miss them. See how many you can find. Rule 774, master yourself to master the market. After more than 3 decades in financial markets, it's critically important to master yourself. IQ does not beat EQ in the markets. Having a feeling of worthiness will offset any self-sabotage by knowing you're worthy and unique, that you deserve kindness, love, meaning, and every success in life. You can approach the financial markets from a position of abundance, not a position of scarcity. Our community focuses on real wealth. Real wealth is much more than money. Having inner and outer peace, fulfillment and meaning, purpose and fearlessness, empathy and love, courage and honor, integrity and decency, kindness and authenticity is very important. You can have all the money in the world, but if you don't have the components of real wealth, you just won't feel happy. Mastering yourself is so critical because there's so much fear and uncertainty and downright panic in financial markets, especially the crypto market. The only way to become consistently profitable is to reach Zone 3. Zone 3 is all about probabilistic fearlessness. Looking at KS zone analysis, the 4 stages that all investors and traders progress through to become consistently profitable and attain real wealth. Zone 1 is the panic zone. This is all about internal panic. Zone 2, the blame zone. It's all about external panic and conflict with others. Zone 3 is the patience and rule zone. This is the key zone that actually cements in consistent returns. Zone 3 is a very important zone to get to. Zone 4 can be accessed anytime, but it's the meaning zone. It's all about gratitude and worthiness. That's why I always start each episode with that particular quote. Knowing that you are worthy is incredibly important to your profitability, as well as your enjoyment of life. Zone 1 and 2 suffer what is called the light switch effect. People are generally all in or all out. Any negative news, they go all out. Any positive news, they go all in. Unfortunately, both things are not the best for profitability. Some characteristics of Zone 1 and Zone 2 thinking is to want to be 100% certain, 100% correct, 100% of the time with 0% loss. Only want positive news stories and absolutely no uncertainty. Want to know the exact top, the exact bottom, exact timing, and if something is going up and it starts to retrace for any reason, that means it gets a negative percentage movement. People feel that that positive movement must be over and they sell. Zone 3 and Zone 4 is all about probabilistic fearlessness. It's all about running the numbers, all about probabilities, the percentage chance of things happening. In Zone 3 and Zone 4, we scale into positions and scale out of positions. So long as the particular crypto is going up in terms of value, we look at negative price moves as a way to dollar cost average in, and we layer buy. We never buy at market. We don't suffer FUD or FOMO. We just look at those things and say, it's either an opportunity to scale in or scale out. It's all about patience, rules, discipline, being aware of the negative things that can impact the market and just not worrying about it, trading the chart in front of us, being a good loser, which means that we know that losses are inevitable. They're just the tuition fee of markets. Also having in advance decisions made. If something goes down, what do I do? If something goes up, what do I do? You can see how incredibly different Zone 1 and Zone 2 thinking is to Zone 3 and Zone 4. Turning to the KSModel, which is a crypto technical trading model based on institutional price psychology, the key thing with the KSModel is to always compare the same psychologies: sunlight to sunlight to sunlight, darkness of the bear market to darkness of the bear market. It's incredibly important to do this. Why? Because price is psychological by nature. We can see that we're in the positive sunlight of the bull market psychology. We're making our way upward. We're having a little bit of a retracement at the moment with Bitcoin, but that's not an indication to get out. It doesn't mean the markets are crashing. It's just a normal part of price action. We understand that because we have a trading mindset, and all investors become traders whenever they buy or sell. A lot of people talk about the miners becoming irrelevant, but I would like to suggest that they will not become irrelevant to Bitcoin, because the price of Bitcoin increases exponentially over time. When you look at this is miner revenue. There doesn't look like much of a correlation because that's on a linear scale. We cannot compare linear to exponential and have any meaningful discussion. You can see the miner revenue actually on a logarithmic scale, that's an exponential scale, is following Bitcoin's price exceedingly well. What does this basically mean? It means the 4-year cycle is in play and will remain in play probably until 2040. When we look at Newport, net unrealized profit and loss, we can see we've not reached euphoria. This is this blow off top that we see, the blue area. We're nowhere near that. Also, we're nowhere near capitulation, which is the red area. It shows that we have time to go. Time is on our side. When euphoria hits, we see an exponential blowout in the number of new addresses in Bitcoin. We can see we're gradually making our way up, but we have no exponential takeoff. This means the top is not yet in. When looking at the total transfer volume to exchanges of Bitcoin, we can see we're really low. This means that people are not moving their Bitcoin to exchanges to sell. This is a very positive move. Our community seeks to combine the strengths of being an investor with the skill and acuity of being a trader. Traders are really fast and they want to get the best bargain that they possibly can get. Investors hold for the long term. You can see from Fidelity Investments that the estimated price of Bitcoin is around $1 million in 2026 onwards and 10 million from 2030 onwards. There's a very good positive momentum underpinning the entire crypto market. This is critical from an investment and also a trading perspective. If you know that the trend is upwards over time, that is really important to know. If the trend was downwards, that's also important to know. We can see that the trend is favoring higher prices over time. Bitcoin is currently trading at 61,096. Just down here, we can see that Bitcoin is under resistance. We've seen that Bitcoin got over resistance 1, 2, 3, 4. Now it's trying to get over the 5th resistance. It's looking very positive. We're keeping our eye on this support line. What we need to see is Bitcoin get above 62,455. Now we do know that there are headwinds in the market. We're also aware that negative news doesn't mean that we sell all. There are always opportunities in the market. Now what we do is that we look at the technicals of the chart in front of us. We trade the chart that we view. We don't panic. We're aware of the different risks. We have an upside and a downside risk strategy in play. We, ahead of time, think to ourselves, okay, if Bitcoin goes down, what am I going to do? And the suggestion is, of course, to buy in layers. This The market is not giving off any signals that we've reached any form of top. Based on the probabilities, we are expecting higher prices. However, we are always aware of the negative news that exists in the market, the Evergrande situation in China, which was introduced in episode 296. Tapering is in progress. That is that there is less money flowing into the market to support upward price, but it's not much of a reduction in tapering. The market basically is looking at it and going, meh. That's a technical term. Now, why do I say that? Why do I say that the market is just ignoring tapering? Because when we look at the fear gauge, the VIX is decreasing in fear. That means prices are increasing. Looking at the NASDAQ 100, it's just rallying. It's going up and up. Of course, we would expect a retracement at some stage. Price is always moving in a wave. We can see the DXY, the US dollar currency index, underneath resistance. We can see Bitcoin just consolidating after a massive move up. It's done very, very well. Bond prices are under resistance. Bond yields are above support. Poor old gold, trying its best to get above this resistance. Go gold! And light crude oil, we can see, is starting to decrease in price. It's really important to look at crypto as just one investment medium. There is an important interplay that occurs between the stock market, the bond market, and crypto. Going back to November 2020, the stock market globally was about $95 trillion. The bond market globally was around the same time, 128 trillion. Crypto is currently 2.7 trillion. When you look at these percentages, we see that the crypto market is about 1%. The stock market is about 42%, and the bond market is around 57%. That means there's a lot of money that exists outside of crypto. That's exactly why we look through this each day as well. When we consider that investors can put their money and traders can put their money into a lot of different things. Looking at the S&P 500, the proxy for stocks, it's up 36% over the past 12 months. Gold is down 7%. Bitcoin is up 336%. All of this gives us a bigger picture view of what is happening in crypto, and believe me, that is incredibly important. If the stock markets come down because of these issues, crypto will come down as well. That's why we look at the stock market. Right now, the stock market is just shrugging it off. It's just saying, Evergrande, I don't care. Tapering, I don't care. Debt ceiling, I don't care. It's just saying, I don't care. And that's really good. We just trade the chart that we view. Now, some good news that's coming up on November the 16th, Bitcoin Taproot upgrade. That should see a lot of renewed interest in Bitcoin, as well as the fact that we have a basic barrage of positive news stories about CBA, Commonwealth Bank of Australia. Commonwealth Bank is allowing customers to buy and sell cryptocurrency in an Australian first. How fantastic is that? We can see the Federal Reserve is tapering and the markets are saying, yeah, we don't really care. We can see the mayor-elect of New York City vows to make crypto-friendly New York. Fantastic. We also have so many fantastic things happening in the crypto market. It's really important to be aware of the positive and the negative side of the news. Right now, the markets are reacting really, really positively. You can see Bitcoin hit as Fed begins tapering. I don't think so. We can see it in the charts. Don't forget that the news stories, those headlines are there to create views for advertisers. We see that that is not the case. What we can see here is Bitcoin is consolidating after a massive move up. It's just actually breached over some key resistance, actually 5 levels. And if we look at the NASDAQ 100, the NASDAQ 100 is looking at tapering and saying, I don't care. You can see why it's so important to have an independent view of the market. Of course, ASIC, the Australian Securities and Investment Commission, approves a crypto ETF in Australia. Go Aussie! So how do we look at this technically? And you may ask the question, if you're new to the community, and of course if you're new, welcome. You're very welcome here. What we do is that we look at negative news as an opportunity to dollar cost average in. A lot of people without trading experience look to dollar cost average in on a certain date of the month. That is a crazy thing to do. No trader would ever do that. Traders are very frugal with their money. They look at how they can get the best bang for the buck out of what they put in. We can see that these negative news headlines could actually drop the price of Bitcoin down. Now we know no alt can escape Bitcoin's gravity. They can in the short term, absolutely, but in the long term, when Bitcoin comes down, the whole entire crypto market comes down with it. What does that mean for us at this stage? If we see any negative retracement on prices, we know the long-term view. We know that the on-chain data is not giving us any warning signs. They're buying opportunities. Key levels of support in Bitcoin: 59,394, 56,909, and a very nice one at 52,658. We are hoping to get these prices. We know where Bitcoin's going, and we know where the alts are going as well. Looking deeper under the hood, we can see that the Bitcoin stablecoin supply ratio SSR oscillator is going up. What does this mean? It means that stablecoins are coming into the market and being converted into Bitcoin, and that is pushing the price of Bitcoin higher. This is a really good sign. So many people, so many channels, so many communities just want to create terror and keep people in zone 1 and zone 2. The whole focus of our community is to move people to zone 3 and zone 4. Say no to zone 1 and zone 2. Looking at Ethereum's technical analysis, we can see Ethereum trading at 45.23. It's literally bounced from this level of support. It's now attacking this level of resistance around its current price. It bounced from support at around 44.37. What we can see is Ethereum is seeking to get above this resistance to trade at 46.13. When it does, it's got fresh air above. But we also know the price is always moving in a wave. It's going up and down all the time. That is why we don't need to worry about a fear of missing out. We simply buy in layers. We're a very cool community, a very cool, calm and collected community. We're in control all the time. That is the trader's mindset. Key levels of support for Ethereum: 44.37, 43.75, 41.66 and 40.30. Now why did I read those out? Why aren't I just saying, go to the moon Ethereum, just take off? And of course we want Ethereum to take off, absolutely. What we're doing is that we always seek to layer buy, just getting into the market at successively lower prices as price increases. We're trying to catch long tail rejections. They can be incredibly profitable. That's what our community specializes in. Rule 185, radar opportunities. Let's look into the crypto market and see what opportunities may be presenting themselves. Of course, Rule 444 is incredibly important. Ignore all tips, advice, and marketing. Simply do your own research. Look into the project and see if it is a good fit for you and your investment style or trading style. Looking at the top 8, we can see Bitcoin is simply coming back to test support. Ethereum has very strong upward support and is coming back to test that as well. Binance Coin is really romping away. It has a lot of support here and it's had a continued sustained up move. Having a down wave is completely normal. When we look at Cardano, ADA is still under resistance. It's sold off quite sharply. Come on, ADA, wake up. I don't know what ADA's doing. It's just sleeping. But this is what cryptos do. They sleep, and when they wake up, they explode. XRP, well done XRP, getting above that resistance, going for it. Solana, looking beautiful. What a gorgeous chart. Solana, you're so gorgeous. Look at Dogecoin. Doge is coming back, just trying to reinforce this support, just a little bit underneath at the moment. DOT is making its way forward quite strongly. When you look at these opportunities, just try to pick 3. I'll cover many opportunities with you. Just pick the ones that you've researched and you feel comfortable going into. Rule 138 is a little known rule. All investors become traders whenever they buy or sell. Most investors get caught up in hype. Traders are immune to hype. Traders don't care about hype. They use hype for their advantage. Investors get pulled into hype and then buy at a very overinflated price. Traders are already in the trade because they're spotting opportunities everywhere. By combining the best of investment ideology and the best of trading ideology, you can become a financial powerhouse and be more of a financial blessing to yourself and those you love. From a trader's perspective, algo looks really good. It's consolidating well across this support line. Many days ago, I said, with SHIB, please be mentally prepared for 30-40% plus drops because they're probable. SHIB came down 51%. This is the thing with combining an investment and a trading mindset. A trading mindset just goes to probabilities. This was always on the cards. Luna, we can see Luna going up really nicely. As a trader, we want to get in before something takes off. Getting in after something takes off can result in 50% plus drops. We want to gain these big percentage movements. Bancor, BNT, making its way up, looking quite good. AVAX looking excellent, getting above this once resistance to support. It's above support here, and is doing quite nicely. As with all things, try to pick only 3. Focus on the 3 best, and that's the 3 best determined by your particular investing/trading style. Chainlink looking nice, coming up above support, multiple levels of support. Litecoin also making its way up, and we can see the balancer or BAL nicely forming party lines here. This positive air occurs when price doesn't come back through a support line. We call that very positive. That's positive air. You always want to look for that. Having a look at some community favorites, Veracity is doing really well. It's coming back to support, We want to see this thing bounce now. Go Veracity, bounce. We can see Icon. Icon has been a very big favorite of the community. We can see it coming back, passing through this one support, and there's a level of support below it. There's also a level of consolidation support running through here. We'll just keep our eye on Icon. Hollow or hot is looking really hot. We can see that these big spikes always tend to retrace. Big spike, retrace, big spike, retrace, big spike, retrace. That's why we always buy in layers. We're not sucked in to FUD and FOMO. We just use those for our advantage. When we have a look at VeChain, I'll just zoom into this one for you because I think it's really interesting. You can see from here, we've passed a major level of resistance. We're also passing a major level of resistance here. And if we look, we're basically seeing that VET could potentially come up to 25,104. It just needs to get above this level currently, which is just above its current price. Anything above 15 cents would tend to suggest that VET is about to take off to 25 cents. MTV Multivac is making its way up. We can see 1 inch just coming back to support, showing a little bit of weakness, but it's trying to get above this resistance. When 1 inch starts to trade above $5, of course that next spike around $8 will be in play. LRC loop ring has been going really well. We can see that it got above resistance at 142, spiked, and has now come back to secondary support at around 103. It's currently trading at 109. CRV, we can see CRV lost its primary support, has come back to secondary support and is wobbling around there. We would expect it to just consolidate here and move up. The trader's mindset is always about getting in early and riding a wave and adding to positions as the trend moves forward and actually riding it for as long as you possibly can, which is not an easy thing to do in crypto. Comp, we can see Comp has bypassed its resistance, turned it to support, and done so quite strongly. We have an underpinning support here at around 320. It doesn't matter if Comp comes down back to 320, that is normal. MATIC is doing very nicely. Look at that beautiful consolidation. Cosmos Atom is moving up. It lost a level of support that is turned to resistance, but it's got some positive air below the secondary level of support. We can see Filecoin starting to turn around. Go File! We can see storage. Storage came up and hit a level of resistance and then backed off to a level of support. Keep this in mind. This is what happens all the time in the crypto universe. Now you may say, Ken, why do we look at so many charts? I just want to look at my beloved alts and give them a cuddle and see how they're cooking. Well, that's very fair. Now, just think about it from a professional trading and investing perspective, because that's what I'm here to help you to do. If you're getting a spike like this and something is hitting resistance, these charts, these patterns are getting programmed into your subconscious. You're looking at it saying, hey, I've seen this before. I know what it can do. I'm not going to buy here at $3. I'll wait for it to come down. I'll buy in layers. Over time, that will save you so much money and make you so much money. We're talking, depending on your account size, thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, or millions of dollars over time. And I hope that you're in crypto for the rest of your life. Let's have a look at Seacoin. Seacoin is finding support just a little bit below, but finding it. FTX or FTT has lost that first level of support. It's heading back to the second, but it's got a bit of a cradle happening here. It's not looking too bad. Sushi is above this resistance line, turning it to support and cradling. Sushi could do potentially quite well. One thing to keep in mind, professional investors just trade the chart that they view. They don't say, oh, if tapering does this and the stock market does this and Evergrande does this. They just have a contingency plan if the negative side happens. We just trade the chart in front of us. Let's have a look at Harmony 1. It's looking really nice. From a trading perspective, it's coming back, hitting support. It has upward support, a lot of positive air here. This looks actually quite good. It's just seeking to overcome this resistance that's playing up here. This is the difference between trading and investing. A lot of people without trading skills say, oh, it doesn't matter, just get in whenever and just hold it. You could apply that to SHIB, couldn't you? Somebody could say, come in on SHIB and just buy it up here. And you could put $10,000 into it, for example, and then it comes down 50%. You just lost $5,000, and you would probably, in all likelihood, sell and say, that person got it wrong. So just repeating that, The investor mindset wants certainty. It wants prices to go up and up and up and be certain. The traders know that uncertainty is the only thing that is rewarded in markets. This is a very critical difference. Investors would get up here and say, wow, it's going up and up and up. Oh, I'm in. And then, for example, just say you put $10,000 in. 10,000 up here, reduction of 50%, you've just lost $5,000. The majority of investors would get out at that particular point. This is why the trading mindset is so valuable. So getting back to Harmony, we would look at this as a professional trader and say the probability of it bouncing with so much support is quite good. It's quite high. Does that mean it's 100% certainty? Absolutely not. There is no such thing as 100% certainty in a financial market. If there was 100% certainty, the return would be nothing, literally. Phantom, FTM, doing quite nicely. Lot of support here, lot of support there, underneath. Looks nice. Theta, upward support. We can see H-bar consolidating through there. That looks really good. From a trader's perspective, this could potentially be taking off. Having a look at basic attention token, we saw that go like a bat out of hell, just straight up the wall. Oh, what do we know about that? They tend to come down the stairs. Just the natural part of price action. HNT. But the thing with BAT, the thing to note, this particular buying, and we've seen positive volume come in there on the volume indicator. This is good. This is showing that BAT wants to party. We love things when they want to party because they make us money. HNT, we can see HNT getting back to support, testing, resuming off. This is very nice. Another part of a trader's mindset, we're not stingy. We look at particular charts and we don't dwell in the past. We don't say, oh, I could have got into HNT at $20 and now it's 29, I've missed the chance. No, we never think like that. We think if there is positive momentum in the chart, we layer buy in and we seek to get those long tail rejections because things in crypto are so volatile. Long tail rejections are happening all the time. EGLD, Elrond, is doing really beautifully. It's striking a level of resistance, just consolidating around that. Even if it comes back to 280, it's looking really good. That's a very nice setup in the chart. NIA is finding a cradle of support. Looking at Decentraland, Mana, we can see that big spike in price and just a consolidation at the moment. Having a look at Axie Infinity, very beautiful chart. This is a nice chart. Nice chart, good chart. What we really want to do is try to find it before it takes off and then write it up like Mana. And with the understanding the price is always going to come down at some stage. Engine Coin, very nice chart as well. We can see very solid support through here. Look at SLP. SLP has done really well. It's partied up. But be aware, SLP could come down, goes up the wall, comes down the stairs. Just remember that. Sand, going up the wall, starting to come down the stairs, but it's got a degree of support through here. YGG, Yield Guild Games, is spiking. We can see Alice. Alice at the moment is making its way up slowly, and Chili's coming back to support. Now, we covered a lot of different cryptos. Please let me know what you think the top 3 are, just from your perspective. If you're an investor, you can say, investor, I like this, 3 coins, 3 tokens. And if you're a trader, you may want to share your 3 as well. We have a really active community and everyone is incredibly supportive. It's a beautiful community. I'd like to thank the very generous community members who reached out and bought me a coffee on buymeacoffee.com. youtube.com/cryptotradingks. I'd like to thank the person who remained anonymous, thank you so much, and to Jack. Jack Magical Content Ken has so much material I have not heard elsewhere. Thank you so much for taking the time to create this. You're very welcome, Jack. I love doing it. Super Dinks, happy Diwali. Yeah, happy Diwali to you too, my friend. Been following you, maybe Lakshmi, the goddess of prosperity, has aligned the sun, moon, and stars. Wow, that's fantastic. I hope so too. To the meditative mind, thank you so much, my friend. That's incredibly generous of you. Davo, thank you, Ken. Thanks, Davo. Vicenti, thank you so much, my friend. You're so very generous. Every month, to show my appreciation for the very generous people who've donated to me, I do a special post. How to access that post? You just come across to posts and you'll see the various things that I've put here. I really love sharing this stuff with you. It's very much about me saying thank you for your generosity, and thank you so much. Rule 174, the T-Cube method, trend, timing, and trigger. The Crypto Trading KS Masterclass does a deep dive on the trend, on the timing, and also introduces the trigger for the first time. The trigger is all about how and when to buy, how to set up your charts, how long to ride an opportunity for, how to take your profits, all sorts of things. I've never discussed the trigger process on the channel because people need to have a lot of background knowledge to trigger their trades. I definitely point out different things in the charts, but with a firm understanding of the trigger, you can gain a lot more profitability from your trades and investments. If you would like to lock in your substantial masterclass discount, and it will be very substantial, you can just simply email me at ken@kenstanfield.com. Ken Stanfield has 2 D's in it, kenstandinthefield.com. I'd just like to let you know that if you've already emailed me, I have received your email and your discount is locked in. I've been quite overwhelmed with the positive reception. Thanks so much, everyone. I'm just seeking to focus on getting the content together for you as quickly as possible. Rule 968, start each day in gratitude. And of course, you can end each day in gratitude as well. This is a really beautiful rule. There are so many things that can give us setbacks and disappointments in life, but when you look to gratitude, you actually extract the really nice things that also happen. It's easy to get distracted by the bad things, but there's so many good things to focus on. We talk a lot about real wealth, but to attain real wealth, you must overcome setbacks, losses, and disappointment. It's easy to get angry at life and also angry at yourself and other people. If you replace anger with gratitude and appreciation, the whole world lightens up. It's a really, really beautiful thing to do. There's always something to be grateful for and something to be appreciative of. I always like the concept that life doesn't happen to you, life happens for you. And when you understand that you are worthy and unique, only you can be you. Everything that's happened to you is providing a path that only you can walk. You deserve kindness, love, meaning, and every success in life. I hope you found the content useful. Please consider sharing and liking this video if you think it will help others. Thank you very much to our moderators for keeping our community safe from scammers. If you're new to the community, welcome, and please say hi and let me know where you're viewing from and if you have any questions. If you would like daily updates on price movements in the crypto market, please subscribe to YouTube. I've left helpful links in the description of this video. Please remember, crypto is volatile. Always prepare yourself for best and worst case scenarios. Reality will likely be between them. Stay safe out there. Take care and see you next time. Bye for now.